Okay guys, I can't believe I haven't done this before, but here is the Michigan tutorial. We'll show you both ways to do it, and it's gonna get increasingly hard using my Rezztek here. Let's learn how to do all the Michigans. All right, let's unbox this package from Rezztek. See what they got. They got some new items here. We got a water bottle here. All right, we got a nice hoodie here. Oh, they made skate socks. Oh, they got grips on the bottom. Yes. Lace bite protection there as well. And they're making clear tape now. I actually have used this. It holds extremely strong. We've got the rollers. This is used to press that Rezztek on. We have the Rezzteks. Yes. Oh my God. Got special design ones. Let's go. And there's the black Rezztek, got my number there. So clean. Team Canada, oh my God. There's a black version. That is unreal. What is this one? Flame tape? Oh my God. And we've got the ones with the US flag for you US players. Their customization is sick. And they obviously make them without the logo. And here's one with the black Rezztek. Okay guys, for the press on top of the puck version, the first thing is you have to press down on the puck. Now you see how that puck is halfway off the ice, halfway on the blade? That is because I'm putting down pressure with this top hand, and that top hand is low. If my top hand raises, I'm unable to sustain that pressure and push down and keep that puck on the blade. So number one thing is top hand down like that. You can actually do this with one hand if you keep that pressure on. Obviously, we're gonna do it with two, but just make sure top hand low, press down. I like to do it at the toe so we can hook around. So I just want you guys to practice doing this and just keeping it on edge like that first, so you're used to pushing down on the puck. And then after we're done that, we're gonna try and loop it in and open up the blade. And we're gonna show you the pattern over here now. All right, now the pattern we wanna do this, I want you to think about the letter J or something like that. So as we press down on this puck, the first movement, as it's set on our forehand side, is going to be out towards the forehand, and that's gonna give us the ability to pull that blade in and scoop under, okay? So think about this kind of pattern here, where the puck comes back and then opens up. So just practice going along that pattern, pulling it back, opening up the blade. Now, talking about the pressure of the puck, we have to maintain pressure down as we open up the blade. A big mistake I see with players trying this is they go like this and they take pressure off as they try and open up the blade. So make sure to keep pressure down on the puck all the way through as you open up that blade. So if you're doing this stationary behind the net, just remember to keep this off to the forehand side, pull it back, and then scoop around. Now, when we put this in the net, you want to stay behind the net like this. Now, this is why I like to do it at the toe, because if I do it at the toe like this, it allows me to stay further behind the net to get it in there quicker, because I'm able to hook it around, which I wouldn't be able to do as well at the heel of the blade, okay? So I like to press down at the toe and just make sure you loop it around like that. Ideally, we're aiming for that, but if you see that covered, you can also shoot low. So top hand low, keep that pressure down, go on that J curve, finish it off. All right, guys, so now doing it on the move, we're gonna open up our hips, press down, and then scoop. So the main thing for this one, as we're moving, is I wanna make sure my hips do not stay square like this. So I can't just keep my hips like this, because then I'm not in position to finish this off. I'm gonna actually open up my hips to get into a little bit of that 10 and 2 position for a split second to make it easy for me to finish this off, okay? So just make sure as you press down on that puck, open up those hips so you can finish it off nice and easily. All right, now the next version, being able to dig under that puck to get it on the stick. So the main thing is we need that puck to have some speed coming into the blade for us to be able to get under. When I push the blade against the puck, I can't push it too hard like this, because then the puck's gonna go over it, it's not gonna settle down. So as you pull this puck in, your job is to get that puck to wobble a bit. And that's gonna create the space to be able to get under the puck. With the puck on edge like that, that's gonna allow your blade to then drive through and scoop under. So the initial touch is just to get the puck like that, and then
gently drive the blade through. So puck comes towards the blade, pop up and drive through. You see it's nice and gentle. You don't have to drive through too hard or anything like that. Just make sure there's a little bit of speed going towards the puck as the blade goes towards it there. Now doing this stationary, we want to pull this puck in like we were just talking about and make sure again we get it at the toe so we can stay behind. So I like to use the toe to pull it in and then scoop under. Just make sure on this, as you're going like this, you're not just standing there. So I don't want to be like this and just be staying in one place. I want to be moving towards my target so that as the puck's getting on the blade, I'm able to finish it very soon after it does get on that blade. So as that puck comes in, moving towards it, finish it off. Now there's a couple ways to do this move. Some guys like to use the backhand to pull it, to get it on the blade. I prefer to use the toe. Personally, I think it's a lot easier. So as I'm skating here, I like to use that toe to just pull it in and scoop under. So on this one, we don't need to open up our hips or anything like that. I can just scoop under, keep my edge work the same as I finish this one off. Now, if you are doing this in the game, remember, if other options present themselves, you do want to be able to pass that puck. So don't just think you're going to do the Michigan regardless of what options present themselves. Look for better options first. If there's no better options, then use this move. So your head is up, you have it in a position, you could pass it or shoot it, and then scoop around. All right, for this next one, Forsberg and Zegras did, where you drive under using the toe. So same kind of idea as this one, where the puck is going to come in and the blade is going to come at the puck. Now on this one, we are going just with the toe like this versus going with the full blade. So the amount of surface area we have to use is far less. The difficulty is way more. I can't believe these guys did this move. I'm not very good at it personally. All right, for this one, we don't do it stationary because we need a little pace on the puck. Just get some speed on the puck, allow it to ramp up the stick, and then go like that. The main thing is we need to create a little bit of a ramp for that blade. So again, if we're like this, it's not gonna ramp up. We need to get it a little bit flatter to give that puck the ability to ramp up the blade. All right, so on this one, we're faking the spin around, top hand comes up, and then we rotate around. We're gonna finish low this side, assuming that the goalie is going to think we're spinning that side, and then we stop and turn. Main thing on this one, for righties, it's going to be a right foot stop, and then open up and come back to that side. And then for this next Michigan 360, we're just gonna spin, keep it at the toe, 360 Michigan. So just make sure to now turn your back to the net as you rotate around, keep it at the toe, and then finish that far side. So remember for this one, make sure you start spinning right away just so that we're able to finish that off nice and quick. All right, now the Crosby backhand Michie. For this one, we're gonna use the heel of the blade. So this portion of the blade to press down on the puck. Same thing, you wanna keep that top hand low and you wanna press down on the puck. So you see how half of that puck is elevated? That's because I'm pressing, and you keep pressure down as you pull it and then open up that blade. So for this one, just think about going in a straight line and then pulling it back a little bit while you're opening up. So keeping it off the body at the heel, pull it in, and then open up. That's the key. Just make sure to keep that pressure down as you open up that blade. So press down on that puck, pull it across, and then pull it in. That's what's gonna keep it on that blade. Really make sure to not just keep it out in a straight line like this, because that's a little bit harder to do. You can still do it, but I think it's a lot easier to pull it in a little bit as we go and finish it off. So for this one, just make sure you're a little bit beside the net. We don't want to have to clear too much space, so I don't want to be directly behind the net like this. So we're looking like we can pass in front like this, and because we're at the heel, we're going to have to come a little bit forward. Still, we're going to try and finish this off staying behind the net, but because it's at the heel, we're going to have to come out a little bit more than we would if we had it at the toe. So on this one, as we scoop it, we want to make sure we don't just keep the blade angled like this, because then we're going to miss the net. Okay, so if we scoop and we go like that and we don't rotate more, we're not going to be able to finish it off. Okay, so make sure, keep pressing down on that puck, but just come out more so that we can finish it off. Of course, if the goalie comes out to challenge you, you can always flip it up over him, catch it on the blade, finish it off, Michigan. And then of course we have the basic off the glass, bounce to yourself, catch it, and Michigan. That's a classic, pretty self-explanatory, don't need to teach that one. Now this is Michigan. I've been waiting to see if the goalie overcommits and the defense isn't there. Just continuing to the other side. Defense is terrible, just do that. Now if we're going on the forehand side, no one is expecting the mish. Just do that, just whip it in. No one's gonna expect it. And if you got lots of time behind the net like that, just do that. Off the net, flip it, mish. Now if the puck's lodged like that, just give the mesh a good whack, catch it, Michigan. Now, a lot of people think I don't use tape, and that is not true. I've actually been using Rezztek for about 5 years. I cut it and put it on the toe of the blade just for that little bit of extra grip. I love it. It's not too grippy. I don't like it when it's too grippy, but just enough grip that allows me to stick handle well. It's 50% lighter than real tape. You can see here on the backhand. It's water resistant, water repellent. It's quite durable, lasts about 8 to 10 games, very easy to apply, very easy to take off. So there's actually a lot of NHL players using this as well. It's kind of an unknown secret in the NHL because it is not noticeable at all, especially if it's white on white or a black on black Rezztek. You don't really see it. A lot of players using it. Now it's a very common myth that the tape protects the bottom of the blade, and I actually love not having anything on the blade. When I did use tape, I was actually using a box cutter to cut the bottom of it off so I had this part bare. It's so much better feeling for stick handling, I find personally. But the tape is not protecting the bottom. That's a big myth a lot of people believe. My blades have all been holding up very, very well. No need for anything on the bottom, and I got grip in the exact places I want to have it. Now the first thing I do is just make sure this is clean of any debris, any dust, any water, whatever. Just make sure it's nice and dry and clean so the adhesive can stick to the blade. Now normally how you'd apply this is just like this, but what I do is I actually cut it right here. I like this part of the blade exposed, so I measure about a puck and a little bit, and I just cut right about there. Then of course we would just take that back part off and make sure we line it up correctly. I like to make sure I get it right at the toe, and then I just make sure it stays intact by rolling this. I make sure to do this in a warm environment. And I'll just show you guys how to use the backhand. Take that off, make sure you line it up appropriately, and then again, you're just going to roll this thing. So Rezztek is 50% lighter than tape. It's water repellent and water resistant. It's pretty durable too. It lasts about 8 to 10 games, and it's extremely easy to apply and take off. And that's what it looks like close up. Maybe I should have used the full thing. It looks pretty dirty. But on the back, you can see what it looks like. Nice and clean, very unnoticeable. But a lot of NHL players using this, you don't really see it though. So if you guys want a drill to work on the pressing one, just try and pull in and then put it right back down. Pull in, put it right back down. Think of that J curve and keeping that pressure down on the puck as you're going. And it's a very good idea whenever we do this to pre-scan, look for options, and then press down. Now, one thing I will say is that press down method like this isn't used in the NHL a lot because it takes longer and it's more obvious what you're doing. Versus this method, when you pull it in and go like that, there's not really a tell to the defenders what you're doing, and it's faster. So I would prioritize learning this method more if you're going to use it in games, but definitely practice both. So you can practice just pulling it in like that, right? A little speed on the puck. Drive through, nice and gentle, not too hard. And then of course, we can practice this one here. I love the Rezztek for shooting, especially with the bottom of the blade bare. It's got the grip in all the right places. Really good puck control feel. For me, I think less is more, so I've adapted to just using the toe, but you can use the full tape if you feel you like that feel better. And Rezztek also makes hockey socks. These things feel and look incredible. They did a phenomenal job on these. You can pick up your Rezztek at Pure Hockey and Le Trio Hockey. You can also go to rezztek.com. Check my description for the discount code. All right, guys, there are many variations of the Michigan. Oh, we forgot that one. Between the legs Michigan. But thanks for joining in on the video. You got to try this Rezztek stuff out. I love it. I swear by it. I got all my buddies using it. They are all loving it. Again, lots of NHL players using it. But keep practicing the Michigan. Don't listen to your coach, but obviously use it in the right situations and make sure it is not a very big part of your training. There are so many other skills that are way more important. I know this is fun and have fun with it, but but make sure to practice the fundamentals and the basics far more than the Michigan, and just keep having fun with it. Send me the videos of you guys trying these moves. See how good you guys are. Thanks for joining. See you in the next one.